Very nice. We couldn't wait until we got home. Oh well. Oh. Litter. I hate seeing litter. What is it? Oh, I hate it. Fucking hell. There's a creature in the distance following us. It's like Gollum. Something follows us. Where is this thing? Oh. He thinks he's hidden. Anyway. Ooh. Sheep in the distance. Do you hear? Right, out of the woodland and into the clearing. We're coming close towards the den. That's it. Catch up. Good boy. Right. Not far now. Ooh, the sun's going down. It's been a rather warm September evening. Here we go. Not far now. I can find my mark. Ah yes, my mark. Ignore the can over there. It's not mine. Ah yes, my mark. And this creature. Oh yes, my mark. Yes, there's a deodorant can there. Ignore that. It wasn't me. Right, here we go. Here we are. We have arrived. We have arrived. Very nice. Still mostly intact. Lovely. I'm not impressed by the litter, to be honest. It's pretty grim. There seems to be, I don't know what this is, someone's blanket or something, and this camping gear, or sleeping bag shit. There's a sleeping bag here, and lots of fucking shit everywhere. Not impressed. Not impressed. Are we, bud? No, we're not. It was my fire I prepared, my fireplace. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's stuff growing over it. It's a fire. I prepared another fire and I never ignited it. Yes. Strange what it can look like after many months. I definitely don't remember all this litter though. Oh well, there you go. Come on in, you. Let's go. And someone's left a darts board here. time to myself anymore. When I was neating, I could just enjoy the solitude of the woods whenever I felt like it. However, I'm working an easy fucking job. I'm not sort of exerting myself in any way, and I'm just doing paperwork and stuff, but it's not too difficult, and I'm getting paid loads, so I suppose that's alright. So when I started, they recognised that I was just not the common scum that they usually get, or the economic migrant with low IQ. I'm someone who can speak English and a decent level of intelligence. So as soon as I started, they singled me out and they said, we want to give you sort of like an exam. You want to be locked in a room for a day, and we'll give you an exam and see what you're capable of. I was like, oh, okay then. Well, if you want me to, yeah, sure. And so I'm doing a few days of like manual labour and stuff, and I'm thinking, this job is shit. This is utterly shit. But then I have this like exam in this room, and I get something like a score of like 99%. I personally thought it was just all fucking common sense questions, really. I thought it was piss easy. So, yeah, obviously I get like a 99%, and then they're like, okay, well, alright, you can do paperwork for us. I was like, paperwork? Oh, okay. You know, I joined this job expecting to only do manual labour, but now I'm being promoted, and now I'm at a point where I've sort of proved myself, and I'm on the path of becoming supervisor, right? And I've been promoted in another way as well. I got a different piece of uniform, and yeah, it's just really quite simple. Well, I've got a lot of paperwork to do. You know, yesterday I did 70 pages of paperwork, but just sort of picture this, right? I let myself go autopilot. I just let my body work while my eyes are just like windows, and inside my head it's just a living room, right? And what I'm really doing is that I'm sitting on a sofa watching TV, or I'm playing a game, because I've played things or I've watched things so much, done it so much that I can, replay it in my mind. So I'm just imagining that I'm laying on the sofa just watching something or playing something, in my head, as my body is just autopilot, and I'm standing there just writing shit doing paperwork on a clipboard, And yeah, I'm not really there, I'm not really in the room. People may see me there, but I'm not actually there, right? And yeah, I'm about as invested in this job as I am with Israel-Palestine. I could not give a fuck. But I land on my feet, and that's I'm grateful, really. Just sort of switch my brain off and just fill out paperwork and shit, and that's it. Just doing that all day. But yeah, I don't really interact with people. I keep to myself mostly. Like the supervisors, the managers and stuff, they're they're English, right? And all the rest, all the other people who work there are fucking, they're people from Eastern Europe or Africa or Asia, right? And yeah, none of them can speak English, and a lot of them can speak English, but I have no idea what the fuck they're trying to tell me because of their heavy accent, right? So you got all these Eastern Europeans, you've got Gypsies, you've got Romanians, you've got fucking Albanians, you got all these different people and stuff, and yeah, a lot of them are just absolute scum, right? Can you go away? Can you go and wander around, please? I'm just sitting in the woods with my back to a tree, just making the most of it, making the most of my time off, really. I'll probably sit here for a few hours, just chilling, you know, just relaxing. This is how I relax, okay? It's nice and quiet, there's no noise, there's no constant babble in foreign languages. But anyway, after just a few weeks, the Africans really took a liking to me, or became absolutely fascinating with me, right? There's an African guy there who basically follows me around, and so I just want to do paperwork, I just want to do the fucking job. And so I'm writing, filling out paperwork and stuff, and then he sort of shows up next to me, sort of looking over to see what I'm doing, what I'm writing. And then he but yeah, he said to me, he was looking at the back of my hand, right? And obviously, because I'm ginger, I'm covered in freckles. So he's pointing at the back of my hand, right? Then he's just pointing at the back of my hand, right? And I turn to him and I say, hello, what are you doing? And he says, you are covered in spots. And I'm like, yeah, I got freckles, yeah. Then he says, why are you covered in spots? Because of the sun. Okay, back to work now. Goodbye. And yeah, these African people, they're really overly friendly. They're Christian, and whenever I want to sit on my own when it's lunchtime, I just want to sit on my own. I just want to chill. And then I just get swarmed by African people who just want to ask me questions, you know, about shit, really. I could imagine that there aren't any fucking gingers in Africa, but the African women seem to be really interested in me. There's this African girl who comes and sits next to me, and she says to me, do you cook? Yes, at home I do cook, yes. I've always cooked. And then she says, no, you shouldn't be cooking. You need a woman. You need a woman to come home and she cooks for you, yes? I am not married. See, I have no ring on my finger. I'm going, okay, all right. You know, I mean, I'm not attracted to African women. And I have principles, okay? And these principles basically dictate that if I was to settle with an African woman I would be a traitor to my own kind and be also be partly responsible for the replacement of our people. So I don't think settling for an African trad wife is going to happen, okay? It's just not on the table, you know? So anyway, it doesn't stop him from being obsessed with me. But, yeah. All I could ever ask for is a nice woman with the Anglo-Saxon phenotype, right? Maybe she listens to Burzum. Maybe she doesn't. I don't mind. But if she listened to Burzum or Butzum, that would be pretty cool. And if she approached me and she said, I just want to have your babies. I want to prevent the great replacement. That would be so wonderful. But instead, all I get is, please, sir, me just wants to come home with you. Me wants to live with you and have your babies. We want to have a great life together. And then I take your money and I pay to have my parents and my whole family come and live with us here in the UK. I look for you, I cook for you, I look after you and I cook for you. Yes, that's the future I want. And I just want to come home with you. Please, my husband. Fuck off! So every time I see him, I run off and I hide into the manager's office to eat a sandwich or something. Well, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. And I'm checking out the window. No, they're not about. Good, I'm going to eat the sandwich quick and then get back to work. Because I don't want to talk to them. I can't be bothered. I don't want to marry an African woman. But there you go. They literally say stuff like that to me. Because I just be honest. And they say to me, are you married? And I'm like, no, I'm not married. Oh, we can have babies. Me and you have babies. We get married and you can we have our babies. No, leave me be. There was this African guy. He says to me, I am a Christian, you see. Why don't you come to church? You come to church with me. And I'm going, no, I don't want to go to church. Thank you. I've been to church before, and all you see at church now are foreigners and old people, right? Old white people and foreigners, and that's all you see at church. So I think, if I was Christian, I would worship at home. I wouldn't go to church nowadays. But anyway, he's like, then what are you? What is your religion? And I'm like, I'm afraid you wouldn't know him. I don't think he knows who you are either. But anyway, yeah, these people that I work with, there are no whites, right? There are no, there is no such thing as the Aryan working class. There's no such thing anymore, right? It doesn't exist. Okay. I'm surrounded by there's gypsies everywhere, right? Gypsies everywhere who do not speak English, only Romanian. You've also got normal Romanians. You've also got Albanians. You've got Bulgarians. You've got Russians. You've got Poles. You've got a lot of Lithuanians for some reason. You've got Latvians. You've got obviously fucking every African ethnicity under the fucking sun. And then you got obviously all the Asian lot. You've got Indians, Pakistanis, Afghans, fucking Iraqis, Syrians, Chinese people are there. You've got fucking there's a couple there, right, who are Portuguese, right? They speak Portuguese, and I remember them talking to somebody, and they said that they're originally from Lisbon, right, the capital of Portugal. They're as black as shit. They are really, really dark, and I'm thinking, aren't the Portuguese supposed to be white? But yeah. So obviously they migrated from one of the Portuguese colonies, and then they decided they didn't want to be there anymore because they wanted to get easier money. So they went to the UK. But Portugal is fucked. If that's what goes for a Portuguese person now, Portugal's absolutely fucked. But I have to go to manager meetings now. I've been quite well promoted. They've recognised my potential. Quite a few times I have taken the role of, being in charge because there's no one else about. And I felt like a colonial governor, I suppose. I think I said that before. But and I walk around and I check what they're doing, and some of them are so fucking thick, right? I have to physically show them how to do the most simplest jobs you could possibly imagine. And this is the future growth of this country, okay? These low IQ scum, right? And you look at these people from like Eastern Europe, right? They're clearly this. There's no sign of Nordic blood or a northwestern European phenotype seems to exist at all in these people, right? These people have sort of a very dark complexion, a sort of brown skin, brown eyes, brown hair. They all look the same, and the women look like Daniel Larson, and the men are really severely obese, and they look like trolls. Basically, they all have massive noses as well, and these people are grim scum. And these people are going to replace us. Like, fucking hell. How rough is that? We're getting replaced by the scum of the earth. But anyway, so then you got, I get it. I get it. Fucking what the Germans did during World War II. I get it. Okay. Yeah. The undesirables, definitely. But and then you've got the Africans and the Asians who have absolutely just non-existent intelligence, and they're just moronic. There's one guy who is an African guy who looks just like Trevor McDonald. He is quite quickly becoming my nemesis. There is also this angry-looking Afghan guy who just glares at you all the time. And you're like, don't fucking glare at me, you prick. But I've had a cold. I've had a cold for the last week or so. And so last week when I was at work, I had a really bad runny nose. So I went to the toilet, got a tissue, and sort of I was just blowed my nose, and then I put the tissue away. I didn't want it fucking. It was quite a bad, a runny nose, you know. And so this fucking Bulgarian woman who looks like a man, right? These people are just scum. They're so, yeah, they're really undesirable. But anyway, I blew my nose, and then she's like glaring at me. And then she's like, every so often she keeps looking back at me and glaring. And so every so often when she kept looking at me, I would just put my hand on my face as if I'm scratching my face, but I would just leave only my middle finger up, right? And so and then I had to just blow my nose again. And then she gets up and she comes over and she says, "You are scum. You are scumbag," she goes. And I say to her, "Fuck off, you old cunt." And yeah, I almost got the sack for that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I end up getting the sack. I mean, yeah, that'll probably happen soon. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm prepared for it. I'm ready for it. You know, that's going to happen at some point. Well, there you go. It is what it is. So, yeah, I don't have friends there at all. Yeah, these people are rude. They have no spatial awareness. They'll just smash into you if you're in the way. Like fucking, in this environment, as an English person, you're naturally, polite. But in this environment, don't bother. Do not fucking bother. They're not going to be polite with you. Tell them to fuck off. Push them out of the way. You know. Throw your weight around now and then. It's the only thing they respect. But anyway. The noise, the constant shouting, the fucking... they're all shouting at each other as well. And they gob on the floor. They are grim as fuck. And I in another life, I would be someone who would have pulled out a Luger and told them to face the floor. But yeah, the average height is about 5'5". No word of a lie, that's the average height for all of them, right? Even the African people, they're short as fuck. There's what was it? There's a Pakistani, right? There, he makes me laugh every time I see him because he walks in and he's like swaying his arms side to side, looking cool, And when he gets up to a table, gets up to a chair, it's like it's like a child trying to sit up at the table, He is so short. He is literally half my size. And it's the funniest thing ever to just watch him waddle around the place and try and sit up at a table. At what? 4'1" at the most. Bruh. Yeah, anyway, so the gypsies, they try talking to me in their own language for some reason, and I just completely ignore them. I don't even fucking interact with them or anything. They talk to me, and I just shrug my shoulders like, I haven't got a fucking clue what you're saying. I have no idea what you're saying. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? English. So, yeah, there you go. It's grim. But if I stay for a bit longer, maybe I'll become a manager. It doesn't look like it's that hard, so it's alright. I'll be in charge of all the lesser races. But yeah, a tooth decay, okay? tooth decay is a severe thing with these people. Right, the English have a reputation of having bad teeth, right? These people have no teeth, right? They have such severe tooth decay, the women, the men, all of them. They don't bother brushing their teeth, obviously. They're really gummy, right? Really gummy. But, yeah, it's fucking grim, mate. But there you go. Oh, yeah, I hate YouTube shorts. Every time I come home and I just look at YouTube, or I just watch YouTube shorts, and I hate it. I can't stand to watch it at all. And so it's just fucking AI slop, or these movie breakdown videos, and it's just an AI voice saying, and then the man did this, and then the man did that, and it's so brain dead, it's so retarded. But anyway, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, not last week, but the week before, I think. And yeah, I didn't really. I was familiar with him. Obviously, I've seen his shorts and stuff, and I've seen his videos and stuff on YouTube. I mean, of course you have. Everybody has. But he seemed alright, you know. But maybe now there's no room for politeness anymore. No room for. Maybe it's time for action and harsher words, possibly. But anyway, yeah. So obviously the killer was a troon lover. So not on Charlie Kirk's side, as the media has been trying their best to make you believe that, oh, he's been murdered by his own side. Yeah, of course he has. What fucking troon lover likes Antifa slogans? Of course he is. Of course he's, right wing. But anyway, I went to work one morning, and I got there about 4:30, and I was waiting to go in, and that was like, I think, just a few days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. It was fucking brutal. He got shot in the throat and his neck exploded. That was fucking grim. Yeah, but anyway, I'm waiting to go in, and then these two guys stand next to me, and they're chatting to each other, and I just hear, oh, did you hear that Charlie Kirk got shot? And the other guy's like, oh, did that actually happen? Yeah. Oh, we got, yeah. Yeah, he's fucking dead, mate. He's fucking dead, bruv. It's like, good riddance. He was a fucking fascist, Nazi cunt anyway. Good riddance to him. And I thought, what the fuck? What the hell? Like, that is so bizarre. And I walked off because I thought, I'm going to say something. That is just ridiculous thing to say. Obviously, they're not really familiar with him. They don't really know him. And they're just following what the media has told them about him, right? The media has probably said that he's a fascist and a Nazi and all this shit. I don't take any notice of the media whatsoever, but they probably said that, and these NPCs just pick up on that, and they just go, oh yeah, he was a fascist and a Nazi, wasn't he? No, he wasn't. So clearly you never watched his videos then, did you? But yeah, what a fucking bizarre reaction. Yeah, it's mad. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm now 14 stone, which is the weight that I've intended to get to. I've never been 14 stone before. So that's quite good. It's just a diet of steak and eggs, really. Steak, eggs and beans. A lot of that. I do occasionally do, pie and veg, but that's normally at the weekend. And yeah, you got to raise that testosterone, haven't you? Because we live in a world where in the modern world, we now have all these different problems we never had to face before, like microplastics. Microplastics are literally inescapable. It's in the air, it's in our food, and it's in our water supply, right? So we just have to at least just try our best to encourage the production of testosterone in our bodies, overproduce it at least, because of all the microplastics, it's just putting it all down. And there's so many people, especially in the West, who just have who just have no testosterone whatsoever. But you got to try, I suppose. You got to try and reverse that damage that's being done. You know, I sardines. I eat a lot of fish. Dark chocolate also has aspartic acid, which also encourages testosterone production. There's also, sometimes I eat some nuts, sometimes I eat fucking bananas. That's good for you, but good for testosterone. And then just lifting weights at home. You don't need to go to the gym, fuck that, it's grim. Just stay at home, get yourself some weights, and just some dumbbells or something, just lift some weights. That's it. That's all you need to do. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, you know? And yeah, I'm turning this weight into muscle. So yeah, just try. I mean, just try and better yourself. But that's the thing. How long does motivation last for? That's really the thing. Just try your best while you're motivated. Do what you can while you have that motivation, while you have that inspiration. Just do it. Because for me, it's not, it's just, it doesn't last too long. But I've gotten to a point where, I'm much bigger and much bulkier than I once was. In January, I was 9 stone. Now I'm 14 stone. So that's good, I suppose. Yeah, I've got some plans. I've got some plans for the channel and stuff. If I get time, I will do something. Get working on something, because I've got some plans. I've got some ideas. I've got ideas for videos. So many ideas. So much stuff I've written down. And it's just getting myself, working, right? Getting myself working on them, right? I don't have really that much spare time anymore, because when I'm working during the weekdays, I just work, I come home, and I go straight to bed, and that's it. That's my life. So I don't know how much longer that will last for, though. But at the moment, I've just got no time to do anything. But hopefully, at some point, I'll make some time, and I can finish these projects that I'm working on. But also, that's if the YouTube wants to let my channel exist for much longer, because my channel has been marked for death, I'm afraid. I've got a few strikes for hate speech. Some of my videos have been taken down. It's only a matter of time before the channel gets removed as well. So I'm saying, if any of you, if you've enjoyed a video of mine, I'm thinking of maybe one or two that might be of some of the better of mine. If you deem it worth saving, then you can have it. Take it and re-upload it after I, disappear from the site. But it's up to you. But yeah, I know of a certain videos that might not be on the channel much longer and might actually get me deleted. So take them while they're still there, if you want to, and maybe I'll come back under an alt account. I probably should have a backup channel already. That might be a good idea. But anyway, yeah, that's the life at the moment. That's my life at the moment. That's the situation. That's the good times. But it's just that sense of, what am I doing this for? What am I doing all of this for? What am I working for? What am I working towards? What am I, bettering myself for? I'm making a difference. But it's like, what am I? But why? What have I got to prove? What's the point? So how much longer I'll stay motivated for, I don't know. It just doesn't surprise me if I get the sack at some point. That's probably gonna come sooner or later. That'll come. But I get this this feeling, right? This feeling of impending doom. And I just have this feeling that there's something round the corner. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't think it's to do with work, because I don't give a shit. But it's something is coming. I don't know what, and it's not very good. I guess I'll find out when it comes. Yeah, so the other day, my brother, he come round to visit me. My younger brother, he come round to visit me, and he said that he went out with my mum and my mum's husband, and he's been kicked out of his place, and yet now he has to go and live with them. And her husband has been looking for any old excuse to get rid of him, right? That's what he's like. There's no doubt in my mind that he will find an excuse to get rid of him. I said to my brother at the time, he's not going to like it. He doesn't want to have anything to do with us at all. And something's going to happen to get you, an excuse to get you kicked out. And he's like, no, they like me and all this sort of thing. And I'm like, he doesn't like any of us. He doesn't like any of us, all right? So anyway, he come round the other day, and he was telling me that, yeah, I've been kicked out. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not surprised. What happened? And so he's like, well, our stepdad, our wonderful stepfather, he took us out for a drive, right? He took us out for the day, and then we drove past one of the roundabouts with all the Union Jacks and the St. George's flags flying, right? From lampposts and all that. They're everywhere. It's cool. It's cool to see them. It's better than seeing fucking Palestinian flags everywhere all the fucking time. Or Ukrainian flags or Israeli flags or whatever. But, so they drive past them and our stepfather, he looks at them and he says, oh, it's absolutely disgusting, that is. I cannot believe there's so many racists and Nazis in this country, he goes. And my brother goes, what the fuck are you talking about? That is our national flag. How could you have that reaction to it? And then he goes, oh, I've got a Nazi in the car, get out! And that was it. And it just kicked him out in the middle of nowhere. And so, yeah, he ended up coming to me. And so I said, you can fucking live here. You can live with me. Yeah. But that's all it took. That was the excuse that he wanted. Okay? And I'm not dumb. That he's been wanting an excuse to kick him out. And there you go. That was his excuse. So, yeah, it's really bizarre to me that he is someone who can be, he's a boomer who can be conditioned into hating his own heritage, his own culture, his own country, right? How could you have a reaction to a flag that fucking your ancestors bled and died for that flag, right? Died for the English flag, died for the United Kingdom flag. How the fuck can you be conditioned to that point where you just recoil at the sight of it? But that's just how it is. But yeah, and that's why I never had any respect for him, even when I was a teenager. I always thought he was a wanker, and he's still a wanker now. He doesn't stand for anything, and the only thing he stands for is whatever the Guardian or the BBC tell him. An absolute cunt. But anyway, my mother, she calls up my brother and she says, and she's like crying, and she's saying, oh, I'm really sorry. Oh, please come back to me and all this sort of thing. And I thought, she never did that for me. When back, like last year, whenever it was, when I said about the fucking Axel Rudakubana, oh, I bet he's black. Oh, I bet he's foreign, you know. It's just how it is these days. And then it turned out, yes, he was foreign. Very foreign. Definitely not Welsh. But I got thrown out, right? And I've never seen them since. I've never fucking... out of sight, out of mind, literally. So, I never thought about him. Never worried about him. Never seen him. My mum never called me up to say, oh, I'm really sorry about that. Oh, I missed you so much. I never got that. So it's clear to me that there has always been a favourite. I'm much more stubborn and outspoken. My younger brother, he's not that way inclined. So he's always been the little baby. But I don't mind, he's my brother. He can come and live with me if they don't want him, you know? If they want to live their fucking, in their little middle class bubble and love foreigners, you know. I remember him saying once, he said to me, well, you can take in some migrants. You've got a big enough house, you can take in some migrants. I'm like, fucking, I got one bedroom. What the fuck are you talking about? I've got one fucking bedroom. Where am I going to fucking house them all? What are you on about? And I'm going, you You have fucking 2 spare bedrooms. 2 spare bedrooms, right? That you have expelled me and my brothers from ever living there ever again. You've removed all of our stuff, all of our fucking photographs from those bedrooms, almost as if we never even existed, right? Why don't you house some migrants? You take some poor little migrants and you start filling up your house with them. You've got 2 fucking spare bedrooms. Put your money where your mouth is, you prick. And he's like, oh, I would if I could, if I had the room. You do have the room. You do have the room. You've got 2 spare bedrooms which you do nothing with. But, there you go. But yeah, my brother, he's just he's just soft, you know what I mean? He's just sort of, oh, I love mum. Oh, I love mum. And I go, they don't want anything to do with us, you know? They don't want us living with them. They don't want anything to do with us. He's a prick. He doesn't like us. It's up to her to get a fucking divorce and sort her life out. If she wants to have something to do with us, then she better fucking sort herself out. And my brother's like, oh, she's not like that. She's not like that. She is like that. She's like that. She wouldn't let him walk all over her, would she? Well, there you go. That's the situation there. So, yeah, my brother's going to be living with me. Yeah, like I say, I don't mind. He's my brother. So, we don't particularly look alike at all. We don't even look like brothers. He's much shorter, much wider, and I'm much taller and much skinnier. I've got blue eyes and red hair, and he's got brown hair and brown eyes. But still, he's my brother, so he can come and live with me. I don't really, I don't really have the room. You can have the sofa. That's fine. But I'll still let him live with me. You can have the sofa, or I'll find him somewhere. But that's it, really. My middle brother, right? So he sort of has brownish blonde hair, like a dirty blonde colour, and he has blue eyes. He's skinny, but he's shorter than me. They're both very short, but because I'm the only one who resembles an Anglo-Saxon, who has the Anglo-Saxon phenotype and actually resembles our Nordic ancestors. But anyway, so I don't really have much to do with him. I don't really speak to him. I don't have a problem with him, but he went to uni. He went to uni years ago, and he met some people when he was at uni and started hanging out with people. He was always sort of someone who would follow everybody else around, and he would follow me around a lot, but and so he sort of latched onto people when he was at uni, and then he sort of became his own person based on their personalities, right? So when he come back from uni, he was a different person. He was quite different, and he also got himself a girlfriend, and let's just say it's become a sort of Ian and Anissa situation, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to go any further into that because I don't care, and I haven't seen him for years. I think I literally haven't seen him for years. But yeah, oh well. He knows what I'm like, so he doesn't see me at all, and he knows exactly what I would say about certain things. So, oh well, leave him to it, I suppose. So yeah, me and the dog, the beast, will be getting company soon. and my youngest brother will be living with us soon. That's fine. I want to do some filming at some point, maybe next weekend or whenever I feel like it. I want to do some filming because I've got a combat bow. I've got myself a bow, and I want to go into the woods, maybe find some targets, maybe shoot some targets and stuff. That would be cool. That would be fun. I've also got a gas mask. I've got some other gear and equipment and stuff like that, which is quite cool. I might show it all off at some point. Yes, I like all that sort of thing. I am a prepper. I've got underneath the stairs in the cupboard there, it's just filled with boxes that are army rations. So yes, people say that I'm a paranoid schizophrenic, but that's what I like to do. And you won't be saying that when things happen, when things actually fall apart, which it will. I promise you, it will. Our enemies are everywhere, even in our own government. Okay, I'm going to go home now. I've got some salmon and some eggs to cook, and then I'll probably throw myself into bed. And that's it for now. Until next time, farewell.
Man walks around with a chicken and nobody notices this. Okay. This is really cruel. They're giving them hope. Heil Hitler.